You just got approved for the Citi Custom Cash Card. Now it's time to get approved for a credit limit increase, so you can increase your credit score and make larger purchases whenever necessary. In this video, I'll show you how you can increase your Citi credit limit within 90 days. We'll cover the rules to be aware of with Citibank specifically, the best strategy to use to reliably increase your credit limit, how to fill out the application for success, what happens after approval, and what can you do if you're denied. So here are the rules. Citi will pull your Equifax FICO 9 credit score when qualifying you for a credit limit increase. But don't worry, it will only be a soft credit pull that won't negatively impact your credit score. There are a couple of situations where they could initiate a hard pull, but Citibank will always clearly ask you for permission before doing that. And we'll discuss those a bit later. The minimum credit limit for the custom cash card is $500 and the max limit is around $25,000 based on self-reporting from other cardholders. So this should give you some idea of how much headroom you have depending on what your starting limit was. The absolute earliest most people have been able to achieve an increase is 90 days and 3 billing statements after opening the card. In fact, you most likely won't even see the option to request an increase until you start approaching the 90-day mark. Once you're actually approved for a limit increase, you won't be eligible for another increase for another 6 months. And that holds true for the lifetime of the card, always 6 months between increases. If you slip up and apply for an increase before the 6-month mark, you don't have to worry, it won't reset the clock. You can just wait and reapply at the appropriate time. Citi seems to really care about how many recent inquiries you've had on your credit report. Every cardholder that I've come across who was approved for a limit increase had 3 or fewer hard credit pulls on their file in the previous 6 months. If you have multiple Citi cards like the double cash card that you're trying to increase the limit on, you don't have to worry about them interfering with each other when it comes to increases. Citi treats the cards independently, so you can request an increase on each card every 6 months, even if those months fall days apart from each other. So let's jump into the best strategy to use for quickly getting approved for a limit increase. Overall, Citi seems to be more conservative than other banks when it comes to the type of behavior they expect from you when qualifying you for a limit increase. A good example of this is the strict requirement around how many hard credit pulls you can have on file. Just like I stated earlier, you'll only want to have a maximum of 3 credit pulls in the last 6 months. If you're applying for other credit cards or limit increases with other banks, then you should hold off because those actions could trigger a hard credit inquiry and you'll want to keep those to an absolute minimum. Many of the Citi cardholders said they were approved for increases after only using 10% or less of their available credit limit, which is a huge departure from other banks that absolutely require you to put massive spend on the card. Surprisingly, Citi chose to make high spending a lower priority when qualifying you for an increase. This is a huge benefit for you since you won't need to force yourself to spend wildly or find clever ways of using your card, like buying gift cards to artificially inflate your spending. All you need to do here is use the custom cash card in your desired spending category to spend up to the maximum $500 limit to get the maximum 5% bonus rate and nothing more. You can even get by with barely using the card if you choose to. Some Citi customers have had success just waiting for an automatic limit increase at the 6-month mark. And that's just another option for you if you prefer the simpler hands-off route. Let's go over the application because it has a few critical parts to pay close attention to before submission. So before you even start the application, you'll want to carefully read the text here. Currently, it says, "We will not obtain a credit bureau report to evaluate your request, and you will receive a decision instantly." This means it's just a soft credit pull, and this is generally called soft pull language. If you see any text on this page that says, "You understand that we will obtain a credit bureau report to evaluate your request, and our credit department will notify you of our decision or let you know if we need more information," then that means filling out the application will trigger a hard credit pull, which hurts your credit score and appears on your credit report for all lenders to see. Some Citi customers have reported seeing this hard pull language from the very beginning, so be on the lookout for that. If you do see the hard pull language, then I would advise you to wait another 3 months to try again. Your credit score shouldn't have to suffer to achieve a higher limit. The first box to fill out about is total annual income. You want to include every possible income stream available to you. Take a look at the fine print where it says you can include salary, and by the way, that includes side hustles, interest, dividends, rental income, and retirement benefits. If you're over the age of 21, you can easily include the income of others that you can access who help pay your bills. You can consider this your household income. For this box, the higher you can reasonably get that number, the better. The next box is monthly mortgage or rent payment. You're pretty much locked into your living situation, so there's nothing you can do here. If you're splitting the housing payment with someone else, just type in the portion that you pay. Lower is better in this box. Citibank will use these two figures to calculate your debt to income ratio, which is all your monthly debt payments. In this case, we're including your mortgage or rent, and then that's divided by your gross monthly income. This number is one major way Citi will measure your ability to repay credit card debt. You want this ratio to be as low as possible. And if you're getting value from this video, please hit like and subscribe so you can see more videos just like this one. After you submit the application, here's what you can expect once you're approved. The most common range for limit increases is between $2,000 and $3,000. If you're not satisfied with that amount, Citi may give you an option to request even more, but doing so will trigger a hard credit pull. This is a high risk, high reward situation because if you're approved, the increase is usually $5,000 or more. But if you get denied, then you're just wasted a credit pull with nothing extra to show for it. Also, if you choose the request more option, they will allow you to input the exact amount you want. You'll want to be aggressive when it comes to the amount that you ask for, since Citi is known for giving you a counter offer if the amount you ask for is too high. So what if you get denied? The most common reason for denial is we're unable to approve your request because your credit report shows too many recently opened accounts or too many new accounts. This just means you have too many inquiries on your credit report. To fix this problem, don't open any new accounts or trigger any new hard credit pulls, and wait until the number of inquiries on your credit report falls below 3 before you try again. If you'd like to learn some strategies to increase your credit limit on some of your other cards, then I made a playlist just for you. Thank you for watching, and you have a good one.